Hello and welcome back to another episode of Mini Daily. In today's episode we are going to be changing the clutch position sensor on a B6 Volkswagen Passat. Now the master cylinder, or primary cylinder as we're supposed to call it now, went in the car, and a friend of mine had one out of a Mark V Golf, which is identical, so any out there that's looking to get one, they are the exact same as a Mark V Golf. So when we changed it over, we realised that we now have a warning light on the dash, and it's, when I plugged it into the VAGCOM, it's saying that the clutch position sensor is not working. So today we're going to see how easy it is to change it, and hopefully save you guys a few pound along the way, because it's a job I'd say most people will be able to do themselves with the use of a screwdriver and hopefully small enough hands to get down in the back. Now, as you can see, the master cylinder is in here, but you do have to remove, there is 3 bolts, 1, 2 and 3 to release this pedal. It's a tricky enough job, especially in the 2 litre with the DPF in it. The DPF is right where you want to be working, so hopefully I'll be able to catch properly where this clip is to release. Now I'm going to show you the light you get when you start the car. As you can see, it's that P. Most people would think as well, it comes up on the information here, that it's a park and brake fault, which it's not. The park and brake is working fine. So it is that sensor. Now what I'm going to do is typical Irish weather again. It's raining, so I'm just going to wait for the shower to pass, and then we'll get stuck into changing the sensor. I'm going to actually show you the sensor first. So that's it. Small sensor. The clip is here that you move across with the screwdriver and just push it down, and then undo the electrical connection, and then slide that back up and push the electrical connection back in. But that is literally what is causing the light on the dash. Now, hopefully this picks up well on camera, but the offending article, there's your DPF. Offending article is right down there, and access to it is very, very limited. So I'm going to try and get some light in on it, and we'll see where we can go from there. Now hopefully you can see in better there. If you can see that wire in down here, there's what the sensor is, and there's a clip right beside it that you click in and push down, and that should come up. But I might have to take off all this pipe work. I'm hoping I can just jam my hand down, but as you can see, space is extremely limited. So what I'll do is I'll try to get you set up as best I can, and I'll put you on time lapse. The wire right there, going down onto that. I don't know where I can put the camera, because the camera's sitting. It's the only place I can put my hand. Right guys, as you can see, I had to remove this pipe. You literally have to ram your hand down the back and across there to get into that plug. You can see the plug is disconnected down there. Now, this is the best light I can give you, but that's off. So next is to try and lever the sensor off. There's a little clip on it. I'll show you actually on the other one. Right, now if you imagine, there's your pedal sitting in the car. Okay, there's your master cylinder, or primary cylinder. That sensor is under this. Okay, so the electrical connection is to the right hand side here under it, and that little retaining clip that you're looking for is here. Okay, so you push that in with a screwdriver and release the sensor down. again, hopefully you'll be able to see it, because I can barely see it. Even with the light I can barely see it. So let's see if we can get this sensor wiggled down. Sorry, he's fell again. Yep, there's your sensor. That's it. So we just got the other one now and we'll push it back on. Now, there's the other one. So hopefully that's it. It's air clipped in. So I just push that back on until it clicks. That's it. Now, hopefully that picked up. As I said, it's just that pipe and this pipe here that I took to gain access in. So I'll just loosely put that pipe back on, just so we don't get any more error codes, as we don't want them. Now hopefully it'll have solved this itself. If not, I'll plug in the VCDS or FAGCOM and I'll show you how to clear the code. And there you go, guys, lights out. But it's a Volkswagen, so there's always going to be one more pops up, which will be no. Now, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you've learned something about it and can see that some jobs you can tackle yourself and save yourself a fortune in garage labour. I was about 10 minutes maybe changing that over. It is something you can do yourself as long as you're prepared to get dirty and have basic tools. Anyone can do it. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share. Check out our Instagram at minidaily87 as well, which you'll see behind the scenes of other little bits and pieces I'm doing. That's it. Goodbye.